It's next to last race, and it's Martinsville. We're going to finish it off with two tracks that can be pretty brutal if people overdrive and try to win it every lap. Yeah, amazingly, Phoenix can be pretty bad as well. So, who knows how this is going to go. I've seen up to 30 cautions, and I don't know if there's actually been a good race. I guess we can look at that real quick. That would be the smart thing to do. Let me take a look real quick and see what the results have been for the sessions. That'd be something smart to do. Alright, so 31 cautions in the top split on Thursday, and 29 in the bottom split. 27 cautions in the top split on Wednesday, and the lowest was third split with 22 cautions. And then, well, that's all the data we got. So, this will be fun. Let's see. Oh boy. 37 cars. So, it's all filled up. Yeah. We've got quite a few people. I mean, you can tell I'm the number 14, so we are way above where we should be. It's a weaker split, only 4,100, so not good. And, well, I think we're going to qualify. Gabe's got a spotter. He's got 2 spotters. What the hell you got going on there? Alright, so, yeah, we'll qualify. If we get wrecked out, we get wrecked out, and we don't have to suffer through 20-some cautions. I'm going to just run my race setup, and we'll just get what we can get. Okay, that was a little weird.
Green, green, green. Okay, here comes your first time.
Third gear. No shifting. I can go a little quicker if I use the 5.8, but I should have put the tire pressures up. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's just do that real quick. Just to make it a little less wobbly. Alright, we got 1 lap to get it done now, but yeah, I already feel more comfortable. Well, too bad I overdrove the hell out of it. This is not going to be a good lap, but it'll be better than not qualifying. Yeah, I figured it was going to be a 5. That's quite shit. 21st. Okay, so a lot of people qualifying. We're probably dead last of qualifiers. Yep. Well done. Well, all it did was get us ahead of a couple of people. Starting 20, probably mid-20s by the time this is done, or low 30s. We got 2.5 minutes left. Obviously did not practice green flag stops. That's not going to be a thing. Gabe up there getting P2. I think he'll be kind of disappointed with that lap because he was in the O's in practice. I was in the 3s in practice. Maybe the track has slowed down. But yeah, I guess it took me about 5 laps to get to a 3. No, I did it on the first lap of that run. But I was using the 5.8. I just don't want to shift during the race. Way too inconsistent on everything that I'm doing with that when I'm shifting. Overshooting the corner. Just no need to add that into it. Especially when we're going to have a caution more than every 10 laps. So, all about not getting damage. Oh yeah, and I guess he did tie him on it. So, couple more seconds to go. We're in 25th, then we're going to have the normal people starting at the back, and, well, actually, Busa doesn't normally start in the back. Everyone's in here. Busa's got 4 incidents, so that is why he's starting at the back. Hitting the wall or spinning out. So yeah, looks like we'll be starting 25th. I've not been around cars yet, so it's nice that the fastest 2 guys in qualifying at least talk to me. You know, we got friends in high places on the leaderboard. I own everything. Yeah. If we can get under 20 cautions, that will be an amazing race. If we can get a long run of like 50 laps, that'll be an amazing race. I don't know. It's not a good track. The braking zones, very long braking zones, very blind corners. And then when you add online into it, it all just goes to hell.
You'll be lining up on the inside. Closed. Pit road is closed.
And you'll get people, we're going to see it, we're going to get people instantly going 3 wide into the corners. No one is going to have any patience. Hope we do. Hope everyone proves me wrong, but
You have 6 additional sets of tyres for this race. Be smooth and have a good run.
yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna be able to tell very easy how this is gonna go with the pacing. If everyone's kind of staying spread out. I mean, we're so far back that I think we're going to be entering the turn. We're not even going to be entering the turn before we
Catch
get
up,
the green.
16 car. Catch up, 8
Because
car.
the leaders
Catch
are
up,
going to go
13 car.
mid-corner because the pace car's in by then.
Catch up, 35
And the
car.
restart zones haven't been enabled for who knows what reason. So, yeah, we're going to be like right there the leader is going to go. We're going to be on the back stretch.
One lap to green.
All right. Let's survive it. If we're gonna get wrecked, just wreck me in turn
About to
1.
go green. Stay focused.
That's all I
The
ask.
pace car is
Just
off. Be ready.
completely destroy my car on lap 1. That way I don't have to suffer through this and then get wrecked. Didn't go green as early as I thought. Guess we're gonna qualify and pull over.
Car outside.
Odd choice there,
Keep low.
but it is a Walmart car.
Keep low. Clear up top.
Alright, everyone looks to be patient right now.
Outside. Keep low. 26.648.
Grenade is gonna be
Outside
trying to
clear.
get low,
Slow
so-
car down low. The yellow flag is out.
Got
They want you
leaders
in
wrecking.
single file. Pit road is closed.
Second place. Go into fuel saving gear. See if we can just do this on one tank. We can make it
Pit road's open.
128 laps with what we were doing there. Possibly. So about lap 150. Well, about lap 100. And then like 175 we'll pit.
Catch up. 35 car.
I think that would be the play. Right now we'll save up. And yeah, I don't know, to find something to talk about. I guess I've talked about it a bit, but the World of Outlaws game is just doing crazy good. Like, the most views that I've had for this month, like the top 15 videos, I think 10 of them are the World of Outlaw game for most views. And I can put more ads in those, so they generate more money. I'm very surprised, but it's kind of a
Pit road is
whole
closed.
different viewer group, I think, than what iRacing viewers are. So it's good. It's expanding the channel. Unlike the F1 game and Tarkov, but those I just am playing for their fun, and it's a little extra content. And I know that there's,
One lap to
you
green.
know, I shouldn't
Line
be
up on
going,
the
oh, I'm only
inside.
getting 100 views on it. But the amount of work those take to actually put out is like 5 times more than iRacing and the World of Outlaws.
41.419.
So it kind of sucks, but I will keep them going for as long as it's fun for me.
Stay focused. The pace
Although I
car is
haven't
in.
done much Tarkov for a while. Like, I recorded all that up a long time ago and just had so much recorded that I haven't had to
Green flag, green flag.
play the game again. Big check up there, nearly ran into the back of him.
32.229 outside. Keep low. Clear outside if you want it.
Had someone coming out of the pits there. God, my brakes are sucking right now. They're 3 wide off the corner. They're wrecking. They're wrecking some more.
Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. 20.
And he's still wrecking.
5, 8. You're on the bottom, 3
And
wide.
he's finally
Clear.
finished it off. No caution
Car
right now.
outside.
How's that?
Clear up top.
Don't get how that works. How is that not a caution?
The yellow flag is
There we
out.
go.
They want
Finally
you
a
in
caution.
single file. Pit road is closed.
Don't know how we got through that with 0 incidents, but that was something.
Past the pace car.
Scoring is just going to be all screwed up from that one.
34 car.
People coming out of the pits, people lapped down, people were stopped on track.
The pit road's open.
So, 10 laps in, we've had 2 cautions. Get back into our fuel-saving gear. At this rate, the average for the race, we can go 205 laps right now, but that's only going to go up from here. 3 cars decided he is going to pit.
17 car.
Yeah,
Car 23.
that was
Got
someone
the lucky
pushing
dog. Let them
wide.
past on the outside.
3 wide, and then they started hooking each other. And we slowed down. We gained a lot of spots, I
Left up,
think.
23, carbide. You had the position when the yellow flag came out.
I did everything that I could to not get hit or hit someone. But, yeah, there's a reason why you haven't seen me run the trucks or Xfinity here, because why would I want to do this more than NIS? So, 18th now. Just try to keep ourselves out of the danger, which is working right now. We've had gaps around us, but eventually we'll get someone who all of a sudden wants to win it on lap 50, and just have to start letting people by. We are going to be starting on the outside this time, though. That
Closed.
sucks.
Pit road is closed.
But we are not at the back of the field. Now,
One to go.
anyone that
Next
gets
time by.
damage right
You're on the
now,
outside
it's
this time. Catch up.
meaningless.
Hey, car.
Unless they somehow go into the corner and knock their nose off.
38.416.
But, yeah. We're not going to get people that are slower because of damage.
About to
And
go
it's
green.
not
Stay
even gonna
focused.
matter
The pace car is
because
in.
we get, like, 2-lap runs, so none of it really matters, but let's try to survive this again. I don't know why I shifted the
53.428 inside, still there. Still there, hold your line, clear inside.
And we're just going to fall into that.
Go high.
And another caution.
They want you in single
Luckily we didn't just get drilled there when we checked up. And now we're 18th. Some fun stuff. I say we just run this race without cautions. 250 laps, try to survive. If you get a traffic jam, hope that it's into 3 and 4 so you can just duck onto pit road. But once again, we're pacing around, being bored. At least we'll get the inside this time, unless multiple people have pit. Doesn't look like it.
Letter 15, car by. Car 17, got the lucky dog, let them pass on the outside.
I don't know why he's staying back 5 miles, but whatever. He's never proven that he's very smart, so we'll just assume that it's because of who he is.
Letter 17, car by. You had the position when the yellow flag came out.
So, up front, Noah, McCabe, and Alexander. Then Ryan is running in 7th. I don't think we know anyone else in this. And how many people that we got left in this race? Well, everyone's left, it looks like. We've got 3 people laps down.
Pit road is closed.
2 of them are 1. 1 of them is 2 laps down. We can go 205 more laps here right now at this average pace that we've done for the first 20 laps. Hopefully that goes up, but I don't think it's going to. Been stuck at 0.09 usage this whole time because we've had so many cautions.
1 lap to green. You'll be lining up on the inside. .393.
All right. Try again.
About to go green. Stay focused. The pace car is in.
Can we get a 5-lap run in this race? I don't know why they're waiting so long. If they just go early, we could probably get spread out a bit. Have a few laps.
Car outside. Still there. Hold your line. Outside. Clear. Car outside.
And Ryan just got hit. That's going to put everyone 3 wide.
Still there, hold your line. Stay low. 21.244. Stay low. There is a car on the high side.
As long as everyone just holds their lane, we can get a few laps in here. The minute everyone starts trying to dive down and block and make moves, then things get... that guy just got loose on braking. He didn't get touched. we're not even trying. We're just putting around here. But we're getting spread out now.
19.955.
Extremely tight right now, though. Locking up the brakes. 19.6, so nearly to our qualifying lap. Wow. It's a long run, everyone. We've made it 6 laps, I think. Let's just get to lap 100. Now, once the leaders get to lapping people are going to start getting desperate. Even though there's most likely about 18, 20 more wave arounds, free passes to get. Thought I saw smoke out of 2.
19.837.
I'm guessing a lot of people are set up for very short runs. If we get a long run, things are going to get a little mixed up.
19.528.
We're holding our own though. Track position has been good for us. So usually my goal for a series is to finish on the front page of the points. That's not going to happen. I took a look to see what I have coming up for drops for points, and we'd still have to get 500 points over the next 2 races in order to even have a shot at getting near the top 25. We're on the second page though. I mean, this is one of the hardest series, especially since there's so many people in the top splits.
19.577.
And then the second and third splits still make some pretty decent points compared to what I get most of the time finishing 20th in this split. Just pull over, let him go, rather than getting wrecked. He was talking about wrecking me at the last race, so I know that he will do it on purpose. Thanks to the viewer that pointed me to that video. God, they were obsessed with me. It's ridiculous.
19.928.
But thanks to Daniel for getting me a setup that put me up there to make them really worried. That was such a fun race. Alright, this is turning good.
19.659.
Long run. Get back to our position of like 25th probably for this race is what we're probably all the speed that we have. I don't know, maybe we can hold a top 20.
19.595.
What we're gonna need is like perfectly timed cautions with the leader, so that we don't end up a lap down. Because if you start ending up a lap down and starting at the back, then we're just constantly getting lapped every run, but not even close to having anyone go a lap down there, so. Well, we got a decent chunk out of the way there. Got that complete average down to 178. Oh, there is a car stop there. I didn't even see it. Come on, spotter. Tell me where the stopped car is.
Pit road is now open.
sets of tires do we have? We got 6 sets of tires. Quite a few people coming in. Let's go in. It's way earlier than I wanted, and we get a speeding penalty, so
5.
that was smart.
3.
As you can tell, I have
2,
not practiced
1.
even getting into the
Right
pits
here.
under yellow, so now we have put ourselves in a bad spot. Because now we're dead last.
Okay, go.
Really, though, we didn't lose too many spots out of it. Probably like 5. But we will be behind the lap cars as well, so.
They're showing us the black flag. They caught us speeding on
Now
pit
we know.
road. Go back
At least
to
we
the
got
tail
that out
of
of the way
longest
early so
line.
that we
Fall
can
back.
make up
Line up, single file. Letter 37.
ground.
Carbide. You had the position when the yellow flag came out. Letter 25. Carbide. You had the position when the yellow flag came out. Letter 28. Carbide. You had the position when the yellow flag came out. Letter 33. Carbide.
Alright, to the back of the pack, and we got a bunch more people on pit road, so we're going to be letting even more people go. Okay, what did you do? Did you speed too?
Letter 11. Carbide.
He may have.
Letter 3. Carbide. You had the position when the yellow flag came out.
Okay, we lost a lot of spots.
Letter 9.
We would have
Carbide.
been still in the top 20
Letter
fine.
26. Carbide. You had the position when the
Oh, well.
yellow flag came out. Letter 21. Carbide. You had the position
At
when the yellow
least we
flag
weren't
came
in
out.
second
Letter
place when we did it,
34.
right?
Carbide. Letter 19.
And we
Carbide.
can feel a little better by watching the 11 come back to us. He lost out on about 36 spots. So at least we were in like 20th when we
One
did
to
it.
go. Next time by. Line up on the inside.
And a bunch of people just went a lap down, it looks like, or we're already a lap down. That sucks for him. Do not have a K and a 5 on your car. That is the goal.
36.104. Get ready.
Then
Going
you won't
green.
get speeding penalties.
Pace car is off.
Alright, well, now we gotta do a lot of dodging back here, and I'm guessing we're gonna get some really aggressive people,
Green flag. Green
and
flag.
hopefully we can just avoid getting lapped or dealing with anything too stupid.
Car outside. 26.349. Clear up top.
I guess we'll
Car
just
outside.
follow him for now.
Still there. Hold your line. 19.996. Stay low. There is a car on the high side. Clear outside.
Well, try to follow him until he checks
Car
out.
Outside clear.
I think a lot of these people are
20.027.
actually fairly broken, possibly. Or they're just trying to stay away from the pack. That's kind of slamming into each other at the moment.
Slow car down low. The yellow
We
flag
got
is
another
out.
one
They
spun,
want you in
two of
single
them
file.
spun.
Closed. Pit road is closed. Slow car down low.
Alright. Well, we're nearly back to where we were. Four spots different, so. Let's see
Pass
what
the
the
pace
tires
car.
actually were there. 99, 100. Yeah. We don't need to pit till 150. Unless everybody comes in. If everybody comes in, we'll pit.
Pit road
But
is
it's
now
going to be
open.
just a lot of people on different cycles.
Past the 19 car.
Alright, has anyone given up? No. No one
19, got
has
the
given
lucky
up.
dog. Let them pass on the outside.
Still 37 cars on track. At least we are to lap 50. We got there a little quicker than I thought we would. It's still going to be probably a 2-hour race. Because even if we went green the whole time, it'd be an hour and 20, so... It's gonna be slow, but I hope we can just top 20 is what we need to aim for. We are pretty slow on the long run. I mean, I was dropping pretty bad compared to everyone else. Just felt like the car was too tight. But it's probably because I'm not running it hard enough and I'm taking it too easy into the corner, which is actually making me overdrive it because I'm not using a whole lot of brake. I'm just rolling in and then I'm getting too deep into the corner.
Pit road is closed right now.
Yeah, I've been playing on the Xbox Series X that I got. I got the Game Pass and all that, and been playing a lot of No Man's Sky on there, just because it's so fast loading on that game, or on that system, and been enjoying that. It's went through a ton of updates since I last played it. It's still a weird game, but it's kind of a good go explore, see interesting things, and
39.5.
And then I got a game that is just way too complicated for me, Victoria 3. I normally like those games. This one I've got a lot to figure out before I can be anywhere good with it. Like Crusader Kings I can be halfway decent with. This game, it's just so much management of things, but hopefully I can figure it out, have some fun with it. Then, yeah, Kerbal is going to be early access in, I think, February, so that's going to be awesome. And some other games that I was looking forward to. I got Madden, and that was so bad that I refunded it. I know I've said that in a video. I don't remember if it was an iRacing video or not. But, God, the UI in-game, everything just really sucked. Well, I think Austin has finally finished off his car, if that was him. No, that wasn't him flipping. I don't know who it was that got some error. Alright, well, that took out a big chunk of cars. Did not expect that. I'm guessing someone tried to go 3 wide into the corner and they just all came together straight to the wall. Being overly aggressive on lap 50. But yeah, Madden, like, I couldn't even focus on if the gameplay was actually good because it just was so horrible to look at. It, like, lots of flashing, lots of, like, every bit of it. The menus, the graphics in game for, you know, what is showing, the momentum crap that you couldn't turn off. It's like, it felt like NFL Blitz. And I'm
Car
like,
18.
no, I'm
Got
not
the
paying
lucky
for
dot.
this
Let
shit.
them past on the outside.
And luckily, they have a halfway decent refund policy on Xbox compared to PlayStation. And then, yeah, I've also Forza Horizon. Luckily, everything transferred over on my account, so that was nice. All my cars in progress from my PC, which it plays a lot better. Obviously, because it was built essentially for Xbox. I've thought about recording some of that, but it's so old now that it's not going to do any good, and it would take a lot of editing. I think maybe when the new Forza game comes out, I will, but probably not, just because that market of videos is going to be so oversaturated that, you know, no one's going to look at me. They'll go to the bigger channels, whereas World of Outlaws, that market was empty, so anyone that made videos got a lot of views. In iRacing, it took so long to actually break into, you know, where I'm at now, and I'm still not one of the big view getters. Getting there. Getting, you know, pretty damn decent for how many videos I put out. But,
one left to green. Line up on the outside.
Just lots of stuff to play. And, it's kind of nice, because there was a while where I felt like there was nothing to play. So, it's a nice change of pace. Hopefully, games continue to be halfway decent and make me want to play them. Somehow, I continue to play iRacing, even though it makes me not want to play it many times.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, that guy got a purple start.
Inside, 33.5.
Drive the corner. Oh, there's no grip up top for me.
Inside.
Front end just fell over.
Car on the low side.
Try to get this guy past me.
Still there. Clear inside.
Alright. We're in a nice empty gap on track.
20.83.
We're in 19th. So the penalty really did not do anything to us. Next caution, we'll look and see if anyone's actually out from that last major pile-up. Something that got loose, possibly.
19.708.
Yeah, the top side, it just felt like the front tires rolled over and did not want to do it. Anything. Let's try to push the car a bit and see how it actually feels when we push it. See if that helps some of the handling things that I'm feeling.
19.507.
Alright, I'm trying to go forward.
19.661. Caution, yellow flag. They want you in single file. Pit road is closed.
Something happened behind us. Alright, so... Oh...
Pit road is now open.
That's too bad to see who's at the back of the pack. Out of the race, 12 laps down. Yeah, so we still got 32 people on the lead lap. And the 17's going to get a lap back here, possibly, if he wasn't involved in that. Good news is we're still at 0 incidents. And there's also the incident limit that I haven't even thought about.
Car 23 got the lucky dog. Let them
The
pass on the
17 was
outside.
involved in that. He is not going to get 1 lap back, but the 23, who's 2 laps down, is going to get 1 lap back.
Letter 23 car by. Letter 23 car by. You had the position when the yellow flag came out.
3 car is pitting a lot. I'm not understanding that. Okay, maybe the last place car isn't out of the race, but he is 14 laps down, so. Yeah, so I told Gavin that he just pulled the plug on something in his computer to get out of having to do this race tonight. But we'll see if he shows up on Sunday with everything fixed. Gonna totally believe it. But yeah, at least he's still able to do World of Outlaw videos, because that will keep him growing and keep content coming out.
Pit road is closed.
It's actually probably gonna do even better for him, because now that he's not doing any iRacing, he's going to be able to record a lot of that and keep videos possibly coming out daily.
Past the 17 car.
So maybe the 17 just went a lap down after being involved in whatever it was.
1 to go. Next time by, you'll be lining up on the inside. Catch the 28 car. .452.
Alright. Can we get to lap 100 without another caution?
About to go green. Stay focused. Pace car is off.
We really just need to start in second.
Green, green, green. 30.802.
Okay. 28's so worried about us that he's driving down the left lane of the straights. Not gonna pass you, I just wanted to get past the 26 because it looked like he wasn't gonna just let anyone go, and we were starting to get a little pressure from behind. .863. Hopefully this is the long run.
9.945.
We can go about 40 laps at least. Otherwise it's gonna take forever. We got some people blinking possibly up ahead. And someone getting loose, so we're getting hit.
19.869.
Just a bit here. .808. Okay, nearly got hooked into the wall there. Someone trying to squeeze in behind him and did not go.
19.688.
Just trying to go a little quicker than we have been to keep the car from getting too crappy later on.
19.65.
Got a lot of people locking up. They are definitely doing the master cylinders the wrong way. It's kind of what I was doing wrong last time we were here.
19.62. Car outside. Still there.
And then if you got those backwards and wrong, then it's just constantly locking up the front. And you're having issues. Oh, got too much wheel in it, too much throttle in it, all at once.
19.6.
Weird angle on exit. Tires started doing the wobble. Alright, well, we're on like a 13 lap run here. Maybe a 10 lap run. The car's starting to get tight. I'm trying not to put too much wheel in it so that we don't get that weird wobble off.
19.7.
Massive lockup by the same person. Yeah, they've went the wrong way on the master cylinders, so they are having to put a ton of brake into it to get it to stop, and then it just locks up. Okay, that's not good. I need to stop having that. I think I'm just driving too low.
9.78.
It's like I'm getting bound up on exit, and then it just snaps. Or I'm getting on the throttle too early. I don't know which it is, but we gotta solve that issue. Because we would have just got ran over and spun there if we did that with someone right behind us. And someone behind us does it. It's in 26, I believe, that we felt like we needed to get past. Yeah, we're still just the same part of the run, getting very uncomfortable with the front end.
19.822.
I'm not even sure what we can do to solve that, other than right foot adjustments.
19.786.
Let's focus on not slamming on the throttle.
19.766.
Let it roll through the center. Don't put more than 30, 35 degrees of wheel in it, although we're going all the way to 90, so nearly to 90. The less wheel we can have at exit. The problem is I'm turning in more as I go through the corner, which is never a good thing. You should be letting the car drive itself through the center and then releasing the wheel and letting it open up on its own. 17 is way off pace and damage. He might have got sent, or he might be completely broken just staying out there. Looks like he's completely broken just staying out there.
Car outside. Clear.
I think it's time to park it. It's going to get ran over.
20.028.
And I don't know why you would want to do that for 150 more laps. behind us got the wobble off.
19.91.
Now they're all backed up behind us. Here comes the 3 car. And they've wrecked off the corner.
20.005. The yellow flag is out. Line up, single file. Closed.
So we last fit at 40.
Past the pace car, catch up, 36.
And we really didn't need to. We've got 155 left, so we could pit here. And be good to the end. I think we'll pit. Even though I said I wanted to go to 150, but yeah, everyone's fitting, so we will pit. And try not to speed this time.
Pit box in 10. 5.
Almost sped again.
3, 2, 1. Right
Sped
here.
again. 35 is really hard to hold. Wish NASCAR would just get to pit limiter. Just make it easy.
Okay, go.
I'm just gonna let the 3 go. I don't want to have to deal with him trying to pass us. If we lose a spot here, oh well.
Line up, single file.
Alright, well, we can make it to the end on fuel. Tires that came off there, $99.99. So, probably not going to pit. What do we got for heat? Heat's nothing. Pressure buildup, really not a whole lot. The fronts are building up about a half a pound more. So maybe if we do pit again, I will go a half a pound in the rears to try to even that out. And that way, maybe that gets rid of the tight that I'm experiencing. Alright, so looks like we'll be restarting 18th. And, oh, that car is out. It's
One
now
left to
43
green.
laps
Line
down.
up on the outside.
And we've got 30 cars on the lead lap.
Hang on, we're not going green, not going green. Hang on, we're not going green, not going green.
Alright, so we just don't need to get in a hurry. I think everyone's going to be pushing it really hard. We've got the 6 car who has caused a lot of incidents through the season, especially at short tracks, to our inside the row behind.
One left to green.
We'll just be aware of that.
37.16.
And continue on with what we've been doing.
Get ready, going green. The pace car is in.
Felt like the outside line was actually going to get a good jump there, so we slot in here if we can off the corner.
Inside, clear inside.
Yeah, we can. Alright. I don't know why I'm shifting up to 4th, but alright, so I assume everyone's going to be a lot more aggressive on this restart, because now all of a sudden we're good on fuel, so everyone's got to get what they can. So I assume we'll have a couple of quick cautions here, but hopefully not. The guy is still locking up like crazy.
.669. The yellow flag is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed right now.
In absolutely dead last, because I did not see anything. Alright, well, 19th. Not
Pit road is now open.
0 incidents. Really good. I don't think there's too many people that are going to be high on incidents, though. It's not like we've seen a lot of running into each other side to side or anything, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Looks like possibly the 17 has given up. He's 11 laps down now.
23 got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
23 is coming back to the lead lap.
23 car by.
He's the only lap down car. The next people are 2 laps down. We're 50 minutes into this and not to halfway. But we're still on target for a goal, get a top 20. If we can go 0x, that would be ridiculous. I've been on a pretty damn good streak with either I wreck out to the point where we just get a 4x and our race is done, or we go 0x on a really long race. Haven't been, well, I guess we haven't been doing a whole lot of short track racing though, like with modifieds and late models, so that probably helps that haven't been running those lately. We'll get back to those. I just gotta switch up what I race. I keep telling Steve Myers, I think he's got me muted on Twitter, but I keep saying how they need to do a NASCAR Roots game. You know, the Cup Series is spoken for with the contracts and exclusive rights to motorsports games.
One to go, next time by. Line up on
if
the
iRacing
inside.
did a NASCAR Roots game with street stocks, late models, tour mods, and ARCA,
40.077.
get a bunch of short paved tracks, a couple of dirt tracks for ARCA. Even, hell, you could include dirt tracks as well for
Get ready,
the
going green.
dirt side of NASCAR that I always forget exists still. But do all that in the same format that the World of Outlaw game is, and you would have a really good product that NASCAR fans would like.
30.7.
And I think it can do very well even without Cup, Xfinity, and Truck. Just gonna let this idiot go because he, like I said, just wrecks everyone. And we're not gonna get wrecked by him. He was miles back.
Slow car
Cabe's
down
getting
low.
wrecked.
Yellow flag is out. Line up, single file. Closed, pit road is closed. Past the 28 car.
He was miles back and looking like he was going to throw it, so I've seen that move out of him one too many times at Richmond. Not going to get punted on lap 112. I don't need to be saving fuel now. Well, still a 0x. We've been far enough from the wrecks every time. Unfortunately, we are going to be starting on the outside, but
car 34 got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
now the 34 is going to 1 lap down.
Letter 34 car by.
And then he'll be the only one a lap down, so all he's got to do is not get an incident, and he'll be back on the lead lap. Because we're gonna get another caution. Where's Busa ended up? He's up in 3rd right now. I'm guessing he hasn't pit yet, or pit one of the earlier times and then maybe stayed out, because I don't think we've seen him come past us, but I guess he got past us when we got our penalty, and then has either worked his way up through all that or pit earlier and then didn't pit when everyone pit. But I'm sure he's just been working his way up by pitting early or not pitting at all, and we've just missed him when he's driven by on track while we're on pit road. And then probably pit with everyone else there on lap 100. So, Cabe is still out there.
Closed right now.
That's good. He must have only got spun, or maybe just a tiny tap on the wall there, looking at the tire marks. And that leaves 30 people on the lead lap.
One lap to green. Line up on the outside.
I wish that number would go down, but haven't had enough green flag racing.
6. Get ready, going green. The pace car is off, be ready.
I don't think the leaders have even got close to lapping people, so we're gonna need like a 50, 60 lap run to make lapping a thing.
35.4.
Nearly ran into the back of him after talking crap about how he drove at Richmond. But felt like I needed to get down there. Same guy's locking up ahead again. We're all very tight nose to tail. Not a fan of that. I backed off there a bit and kind of caused a stack up behind us. Car coming out of the pits. Cabe is working his way up through traffic again. If he gets a top 5 finish, he did it the hard way. Going to the back. coming halfway through the field, wrecking, going to the back, and then making it all the way up there, but I don't think he's going to get back up there. I think it's a lot easier to screw up and get back to 20th than it is to get back to 2nd. That's going to be a yellow because he's stopping. Hopefully he just, at that point, just alt F4. Amazingly, we're still green. One more corner and I'll let you go.
Outside. Clear outside if you want it. 19.89.
And we'll do the same with 3. 3's not smart enough. Or no, that's the 9.
Stay low.
I got him confused with the 3.
Stay low. There is a car on the high side. Outside is clear.
Same paint scheme.
20.243.
I thought it was the 3, and I knew he was quicker than us, but I assume the 9 also is.
Okay, we're halfway to the finish.
We've made it to halfway, just before an hour.
9,
59 minutes and 45 seconds. Alright, let's get on the gas and start doing some laps now to get away from the 26, so that we don't get any crazy dive bomb.
19.669.
Driving. It's a 4?
19.442.
Yeah, I think speed-wise we're just 20th place.
19.539.
I'm just not consistent in my driving, and the car's just so bound up on the front end, I can't do much with it. I think had I done more than 11 laps of practice, I could have solved that. I'm pretty sure it's the caster, because I always have issues with very high caster. And I'm pretty sure this is way higher than normal. But I figured, what's the point of practicing when most of the race is going to be under caution?
19.586.
But we're getting in a nice little rhythm here, knocking off some laps. Hopefully we can get to 150 before the next caution.
19.632.
Yeah, we're just a lot slower than everyone in front of us, and about the same speed as everyone behind us. We're not really pulling away from them. I mean, these guys are like running nose to tail, getting checked up with each other in front of us, and still not gaining on them. I need to slow down more.
19.678.
Then I'm worried that we're going to get that corner exit bobble and then be the guy that causes caution.
19.695.
these guys get all sorted out soon so that they don't slow us down. 9 car goes up high, gets too much wheel in it, gets the bobble.
19.799.
Bad push through the center now.
19.803.
Need to go further on the brakes. I like to roll the center of the corner, which is never a good thing in iRacing. And
19.715.
when I do that, though, we're just getting a little too quick into the center. And into the wall with 0x. Let's not do that.
19.705.
This car does not like any damage from the wall. That should have been light enough to not do anything, but you never know.
20.031.
Alright, we're ticking off the laps. Long run speed, we're starting to get something here.
19.73.
They nearly went 3 wide on each other for 15th. Just have some patience. Let the guy in front of you make the pass, follow him through, then pass him.
.803.
And we're slowing down. Now the guys behind are catching us. And we're overdriving. Have to just bail out of that. Got the right side too hot. Get that slide in the center. Can we make a pass? Probably not, because they're only just slightly slower than us. And they're better out of the corner, which means that we're overdriving it.
19.92. Stop ahead. Caution, yellow flag. Line up, single file. Closed, pit road is closed.
I don't know where it is. I'm just going to go high because that's all I can see. And everyone else is going high. Okay. Well, we are going to pit, even though it's been 50 laps. But I think I want to definitely try the air pressure change. Just to try and improve the car. I'm gonna go one more click of it.
The pit road is now open.
This could be a bad idea, but it's been a week full of bad ideas. Strategy calls just not working out. Lots of people, not lots of people, but quite a few staying out. That's fine. I thought about it, but with that many people pitting, I would just be in a firing line, and I'm not quick enough or stable enough to be up there. That time, pressures were almost a pound off, so I'm happy with going a pound different to start off. Tires $99.99 all the way around. I think for sure that's our last pit stop. We'll try to get track position from here on out.
Line up, single file. Jetstar 27 car.
Shouldn't have taken fuel. Didn't think about that, but oh well, we don't need to screw up the balance. Fuel is not our issue, it's the driver not being able to drive it right. The 26 does pit. Ryan also pits. I think he got heavy damage from that major wreck. 13 is sped. And that is not the time to do it. Alright, 100 to go. And then the final race next week is a 100% race. So that will be a little longer. Shouldn't be too terrible though, since, you know, okay. I think I just drove into the wall.
Letter 27 carbide. You had the position when the yellow flag came out.
But since our cautions are only 3 laps and NASCAR has to clean up wrecks and we just have to escape off track, so it shouldn't be as long as the real race unless they wreck a bunch.
Jetstar 36 car. 40.239. Get ready, going.
Alright.
Post car is off, time to do your job.
What's the car gonna do this time? We are in 17th. But there was one penalty.
Green flag, green flag. 28.127 outside.
Up.
So low.
Thought the 27 was going to turn down on us. We know we're quicker than him on a long run, so we're 3 wide.
So low.
Thought we were going to be 3 wide.
19.947. Still there. Clear outside if you want it. Outside.
Just go in so that we don't cycle backwards too far.
Clear. 19.777.
Guy was very close to just getting a punt from me. That was a bit stupid at this point in the race, but whatever. And then he's gonna go dive it up on someone like that. Alright, well, we know where the next crash is gonna happen.
Car stop down low.
Well,
The yellow
never
flag
mind.
is out.
I was wrong.
They want you in single file. Closed. Pit road is closed.
Car felt a little better there. We'll be starting on the outside.
The pit road is now open.
How many people we got on the lead lap now? 27. We got what looks to be, well, some people are back out on track that I thought were out of the race, so who knows how many cars are actually out here. But we'll get one person back on the lead lap here to get 28. But really, we haven't had to worry about that.
Dog. Let them pass on the outside.
We're just right here around all these people. And we're going to lose a couple of spots when, like, the guy who got the penalty comes back up through here.
When the yellow flag came out. Jetstar,
But
car.
feel like we've just been in position the whole race right where we belong. But yeah, everyone's getting stupid aggressive now. We gotta remember, long ways to go. So, we're not gonna throw blocks like the 9.
Catch up, 36 car.
We don't need to attempt to pass anyone. Just keep the damage off the car. Should easily get a top 20. Not that the points are gonna be that great. But top 20 should be our goal. We're the number 14. Obviously, a top 15 would meet what we're supposed to be at, but
Pit road is closed right now.
just do not feel comfortable at all with this car on this track. I'm hopeful, though, that the pound of pressure in the rears will help it out, help it be balanced later on when the pressures build. Because I was getting just that kind of road course tight feeling.
Past
And
27 car.
I think it was because the pressures of the front were so much higher. Alright. Well, 27's worrying me with his pacing skills, so
1 lap to green. You're on the outside
no.
this time.
maybe he's a viewer, but
Catch up, 36 car.
he is
41.358.
doing some interesting things. We need to remember, we don't need to push the car hard.
Get ready,
We're
going
going to take
green.
these tires to the end. The tires don't wear, it's all heat, so if we have to give up some spots to survive, we will.
Green flag, green flag. 34.232.
Put a duck in there.
Inside, still inside.
We got the 13 catching us,
Car
and
inside.
I don't know why
Inside.
Jerry was trying to win it on the outside. You
Rough top,
fucking
3
idiot.
wide. Clear. The yellow flag is out. They want you in single file. Pit
So
road is closed. Catch up,
easy to
13
spot
car.
when they act like
Pass the
complete
pace car.
dumbasses on the pace laps.
Catch up, 13 car.
Should have known. Should have known. We're completely broke now. That's not going to do good things to the car. So
Pit road is
stupid.
now open.
We just had nowhere to go. There's absolutely no reason to be trying to drive that hard. But, oh well, here we are. Wasted an hour of our lives to just get wrecked
Pit
out.
box in 10.
But yeah, if you see
5,
someone that can't pace
3,
and are sounding
2,
the idiot horn
1.
like that,
right here.
revving up the engine and swerving all around, that usually means they're gonna wreck. And that was the case. Of course, he doesn't have to pit. Why would he?
Okay, go.
Now our race is just completely screwed.
They want you in single file.
We're gonna go around, get a bit of space between us and the pace car, and then pit again. Catch up, please.
Letter 5, carbide.
Being annoying because I need to get into the pits and get more of this fixed. Looks like Ryan's doing a bunch of fixing as well. I'm not even going to take tires.
10.
Our
5,
issues are
3,
trying to get things
2,
fixed here.
1. Right here.
And there's too many people one lap down for us to just go a lap down getting it fixed, so.
We're done. Get going.
I know I could stay a little longer, but I don't want to risk it. $168 laps, no issues.
1 left to green.
Someone that can't pace instantly spins out. But hey, at least he got those tires warmed up so he could go wreck. Got it all ready to go.
29.
Alright, well.
4. Get ready. Going green.
Hopefully it doesn't blow up on us.
Catch up. 27 car. Green flag. Green flag.
Doesn't turn. Oh, now it does turn. It might just be completely broken.
25.193.
Nope, just something weird there. Okay, we should be good. Bunch of lappers.
19.585.
And they're wrecking. Oh, look.
The
It's
yellow
the
flag
same
is out.
fucking guy.
Line up, single file. Closed, pit road is closed. Catch up, 17 car.
He's got some skill. Hope he's not a viewer, because I'm going to just rip him apart for the rest of the race.
Pit road's open.
We're only 5 seconds ahead of the pace cars, so we can't pit here for fixing damage. I don't know if we really need to.
Car 34. Got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to pit to fix damage, so it is what it is. We'll be in 24th on the restart, so.
Catch up, 33 car.
We can claw back to the top 20, I hope. As long as it drives okay. So annoying. We even were just letting them by because it didn't want to be on the outside of him. I knew that was going to be a way to get wrecked.
Pass up, 36 car. Pass up, 32 car.
So,
Pit road
just
is
hope
closed
that it
right
drives
now.
okay. We've lost our track position and possibly
1 left to green.
don't have
Line
any
up on
speed
the
now,
outside.
so be interesting to see what happens. But the front hasn't even started to wreck yet, so Might still get a top 20. Oh, yay. Do we have him right behind us as well?
The pace car is off. Be ready.
That's awesome. Just what I want to see.
Green, green, green. 31.693. Inside.
Yeah, I just can't grab the top.
Still inside.
I'm terrible around there.
Stay high. There's a car on the low side.
And wrecking.
Clear.
Looked like they were wrecking. Apparently they weren't.
Clear inside.
Are they straightening each other back out?
21.117.
No idea what the 18's doing.
Stay high, there's a car on the low side. Clear. 20.08.
I assume he's off base, so that's why I dove down. Alright, almost back to a top 20. We don't need to worry about the damage. And now the front is
The yellow
wrecking.
flag is out. They want you in single file. Pit road is closed. Past up 36.
And that is Noah from 4th. Alright, so we're going to come in, get tires.
Past the pace car.
Because we don't have anything really to lose here. Not that tires are going to help us much, but I just want essentially the freshest tires for when everyone else pits. Now, if everyone else pits here, then we'll just stay out and go track position.
Catch up 25 car. Car 24 got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside. Pit box in 10.
Might be able to get a bit of damage fixed as well. Not that I think we need to. I think we just need to
right here.
take tires and get back out. Yeah. Not gonna be able to fix much anyways, so didn't feel like it was handling different. Doesn't feel like we're down on power. Noah has either got a lot of damage or just given up. Or maybe he's going to go a lap down and get as much as he can fixed and then easily get the lucky dog. Yeah, tires were 100%. So that was a bit pointless, but why not? We lost nothing out of it, essentially. We got to get back around the 28, but 28 and the 19, I think. And
35. Car.
that's all.
Pasta 36. Car. Pasta 27. Car.
Yeah, no, it looks like he has shut it off. He's starting on the inside. And, I mean, we're nearly back to where we were, so.
One left to green.
And it's not like we're going to go past anyone up ahead of us, so. Yeah, we're getting a few free spots that would have put us in the top 15 possibly if we didn't get wrecked, but we should be able to get back there. And I don't think the front is done wrecking, because they're only going to get more desperate as the laps wind down.
flag, green flag. 32.279. Car outside.
And a big
car
checkup.
outside.
Hopefully I'm looking ahead.
Still there, hold your line.
And the
Clear outside if you want
13, sorry, has wrecked again. You might have some issues after hitting the inside wall like that.
20.565.
Okay, well, we're in 19th. Back of the field looks like they're going to wreck, and they're all a lap down. Alright, just let the car come to me. It's going to be a little looser than normal.
19.52.
Yep. Fuck that up. Like I said, it's going to be a little looser than normal.
Inside. Clear inside.
Got the right rear hot. That was weird.
Inside.
No indication it was going to do that.
20.913. Car inside.
It just went.
Clear inside. Inside.
Alright, just let this guy go and we'll pass
Keep
him.
high. Clear inside. 20.02.
That was a weird one. At least we didn't get any incidents from it, and we didn't wipe anyone out.
.529.
We're on a flyer here.
19.337. Go high. 19.528.
All right. I think the fuel not taking any has changed the balance quite a bit under braking.
19.411.
That's the only thing that has really changed. The tire pressures we did fine with earlier on. I mean, we might have some damage.
Outside. Clear high. Slow car down low. Slow car ahead.
And
slow car down low.
the front has
Go high.
wrecked.
The yellow flag is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed right now.
Well, we got the right rear hot.
Past the
But
pace
we are
car.
not pitting for the rest of the race.
Catch up. 19
Track
car.
position is massive because I cannot pass anyone. I just don't want to get ahead of too many people if they pit
Pit road
because
open.
we will get ran over. And then that will be a worse finish. Looks like half the people are pitting. Cool.
Car 36 got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside. Letter 36 car by.
All right, well, we're in 11th. How many people are going to be behind us that did not pit? Like 3. No, we're actually in 10th, it looks like. And we're actually in 9th. Yeah, this is when everything gets really stupid. But a lot of the leaders didn't pit, so hopefully it doesn't get terrible. We'll be starting on the outside. Not a fan of that, but maybe we can salvage this race. or we just get wiped out here. Because, yeah, we are the first car on the firing line. Usa's going to be starting right behind us.
The pit road is closed.
Oh, maybe? No. I was hoping he was going to be on the inside, but... we're just going to have to stay up high. Not get ran over. He should be clean, but I don't know if he expects to be behind someone as slow as I am on corner entry when I have to run the top.
One left to green. You're on the outside this time.
So hopefully he just goes low. I hope we don't get put 3 wide though,
094.
because then we'll for sure get stuffed into the wall on exit, either by myself or the 2 cars on our inside.
About to go green. Stay focused. The pace car is off. Be ready.
They start, and that should help us.
Green, green, green. You're in the top 10. 34.
Spreads out everyone behind us.
Inside.
And then it won't be just one after another, and we're wrecking. And we're just going to go gain as many spots as we can, because, well, apparently no yellow. There we go.
Yellow flag. They want you in single file. Closed. Pit road is closed.
That worked out.
Past 30. Car. Past
Gained like 4 spots there.
Past 30. Car. Pit road's open.
We are in 5th. And the 30 just pit for some reason. That's the wrong call. Unless he's just scared he's going to get ran over. Well, I was saying Cave wasn't going to get back up front, but he has. Will he be able to hold on to the front? He should. I assume it's going to be a lot of wrecking.
Car 33.
Hopefully at the back.
Let them pass on the outside.
Shouldn't be too many more wrecks ahead of us, since there's not a whole lot of people in front of us, but again,
33.
we got a lot of fast
you
people
had the position
behind
when
us.
the yellow flag came out.
Now I just can't do whatever the hell I did on corner entry, that I chucked it in across the grass. Do not do that. Try to come away with the top 15. We're gonna adjust our goal now, because there's 26 people on the lead lap, and we got a lot of track position. Noah's back out on track, it looks like. 4 laps down. First car lap down is 2 laps down.
Pit road is closed.
1 lap down car just got their lap back, I think. It's 2 laps down, then 4 laps down, and 4 laps down. So, we just can't get ran over. We'll have to man up, but assume that there's going to be lots of quick cautions. And I hope I'm not one of them. I could see myself wiping out the field, trying too hard to stay up here out of position. Don't want to do that.
1 to go. Next time by. Line up on the inside. 43.145.
I thought our race was absolutely screwed. It's not done yet, but we've definitely lucked into recovery here with some track position, and Now we just gotta not get ran over.
Going green. Post car is off. Time to do your job.
Early start? Nope, I thought he was.
Green flag, green flag. The yellow flag is out.
Yep.
37.201.
Although now we are starting on the outside.
Closed. Pit road is closed.
But everyone in back's trying really, really hard to get to the front
Pit road's open.
and only hurting themselves by wrecking. Although that first yellow of this was someone up front screwing up massively or getting turned. I don't know. It's going to take an hour to go through all the wrecks. We're already at an hour and 50 on this video. And Boost is going to be starting behind us again. The lap car that's getting around. So.
Car 35. Got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
Like, we're in a good spot. We're the first person to pit last. If that makes sense. Everyone ahead of us, they pit on lap 150. So, it's not... I mean, I know tires don't mean a whole lot here. It's all tire heat, but... It was a good call to just come down since we were already in dead last. Even though the tires were at 100%. Just take a little more heat out of them, start over on the pressures again, and now it's just don't lose too many spots on each restart, because they're wadding them up very quickly on every start. We haven't even made a lap yet. 24 cars on the lead lap.
Closed. Pit road is closed.
So we could still get a top 20 even if we get spun, because there's probably going to be less than 20 people at the end of this one.
One to go. Next
Got a new leader.
Line up on the outside.
No, we don't. That is, I don't know what the hell that is.
9, 8.
I don't know why someone was just there behind the pace car. They must have somehow got a weird end of the lead lap with the pace car and where they were stopped or something. Alright, hopefully it's an early start.
The pace car is in.
That helped us. Trying to go too early.
Green flag, green flag. 36.461 inside. Stay high.
Well, I actually got a decent turn on the high side because I didn't go too high, but we're just going to get freight train now.
19.9.
I know there's a gap, but there's probably a better possibility of a yellow coming out before we get hung out to dry from the rest of the field. So.
Stay high. Clear inside. 19.668 inside. Still inside. Clear inside.
Get to the inside. And lock them up for the first time there. Luckily we didn't spin. Over drove, 'cause the 3 looked low. But I gotta try to stay up here and maybe get past these guys.
Car outside.
Just get the nose there, get a good drive off.
Outside is clear.
Didn't get a good drive off.
Caution.
Didn't get a good drive off, and fuck me, we're starting on the outside again.
Road is closed. Pit road's open.
Alright, we're still in the top 10. We're just going backwards. Cabe's holding on to second right now. Boosa's not making very good progress. Ryan's up to 11th. He had been at the tail end of the lead lap pretty much the whole race. And there's 22 cars on the lead lap.
Car 9, got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
So we're gonna just have to let the 3 go. He's gonna be on our inside and easily get it done. And then we'll just hope that we can stay ahead of the 25. We're still gonna try on the outside just in case there's a stack up on the bottom, but we defended as hard as we could there with the 3 and couldn't, like, my goal was to try to get around the 16 ahead of us because he was starting to get freight trained, but we just could not get a good exit. We're just way above where we should be and we're just getting outpaced and outdriven. Just making way too many mistakes there. Plus, it's all short run speed now, which I do not have in this car. We have hit a 3, but that was a while ago. So try to slot in behind the 3 if we can. We should be able to slot in somewhere in the top 11. But
one left to green. Line up on the outside.
We'll try until it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do anything or get wrecked, and then we'll just focus on getting into a safer position. And then we'll just hope that the front of the field wrecks themselves.
Post car is off. Time to do your job.
Inside line got a really bad start, but now they have the inside line, so it doesn't matter.
Still there. Still there, inside. Still there. 19.843. Still there.
16 pushed up really bad.
3 wide. Inside, 2 wide.
Just had to double check.
Still inside. The yellow flag is out.
And we hold on to our 8th spot.
Pit road is closed right now.
I thought Ryan just chucked it into the inside wall there. He turned left really hard.
Pit road
I was hoping that we could maybe get ahead of the 16 and then get a yellow, but I mean, we were never going to pass him, but just have our nose ahead of him at one point early on, but not happening. Boosa's up to 5th now. And the back of the field continues to hurt their chances. Looks like we'll have 22 people on the lead lap. And then the 35 should get a wave around, or lucky dog, and we'll have 23.
Car 35. Got the lucky dog.
But then after that, everyone's 4 laps down.
Letter 35. Carbide, you had the position when the yellow flag came out.
Alright. So, no one should be getting back on the lead lap now. We're only going to lose cars on the lead lap. Not that we even need to worry about that. We just need to fight like hell to stay in the top 10. Now, hopefully what happens here is the 16 backs off to let the 31 in, and we gain some position on him through the middle of the corner, and then get a caution down the backstretch, and then we're restarting on the inside in 7th. That is my crystal ball best scenario.
One to go. Next time
yeah, we are definitely the slowest guy up here.
43.4.
But like I said, track position, and it was always going to be a wreck fest in the last 50. Worst thing that could happen to us is we do the last 20 green. I think we definitely fall out of the top 10.
Green. The pace car is in.
See the leader. Didn't get a good start, but the 31 has been let in, which worked out for us. And that's going to allow us to slot in here. And they're all wrecking.
The yellow flag
and we're in 7th. Okay, best case scenario.
Catch up, 31.
Exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Pit road is now open.
That's why you just gotta go. You can't try to get your teammate in there in that situation. But now we're on the inside. We have a chance of actually passing the 31. Not that I want to, because then that'd put us on the outside, but we're in a good spot. Somehow they didn't wad them up too hard, because no one's missing other than the 16.
Got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
I just had a feeling they were gonna try to pull that off to let the 31 in there. Maybe they had been the whole time that we were doing restarts and I just wasn't paying attention.
Letter 33. Carbide.
Yeah, that was a bad decision. Now he's back in 21st. You just gotta go. You can't, when everyone's going 100%, try to leave a gap. I know maybe he just got a slow start, but when the 31 jumped down there, that checked everyone up hard on the inside, and then I think he got a bump in the middle of the corner, possibly got a bad exit, And then the 3 threw it in. He tried to protect, I think, and then went around. But now the 3's on our outside, so that's good. Because I think he'll get himself stuck up there trying to get around us. If we don't get to the inside of the 31.
Pit road is closed right now.
Positive, we're still at 4 incidents. But that could change quickly. I don't know why I'm running around in 3rd gear, but 17 to go, 16 to go this time by, so 15 to go on the restart. Plus green, white checkers.
Line up on the inside. 42.
There are 20 cars on the lead lap. The 16's now 2 laps down.
Get ready, going green. Pace car is off. Green flag. Caution, yellow flag.
All right.
I want you in single
That was a
file.
quick one.
Pit road is closed.
At least we weren't ahead of the 31. We were gonna be. Because the 8 got a terrible start. Can't get past under caution. Not going to say we can't get wrecked under caution, because that's not
Pit road
true.
is now open.
But it's going to be 10 to go by the time we get this going, maybe even less. And that is a lap car up there, the 7.
Car 33. Got the lucky dog. Let them pass on the outside.
And the 33 might actually get back on the lead lap.
Letter 33. Carbide. You had the position when the yellow flag came out.
Alright, close to the end of this. We're 2 hours and 8 minutes into this video. Almost 2 hours into the race. It's almost over with though.
Closed. Pit road is
7's going to
closed.
stop on track. Won't get 1 to go though. And we won't get a delayed green. I'd like a delayed green, but we're not going to get it. As many laps as we can knock off here. .31 was looking like he was going to try to spin himself out into 1 though, by turning down across my nose.
42.098. 10 to go. This time by.
So we gotta watch out for that. I'm not gonna get ran over just because he wants to turn down. If we got a nose there, he's getting sent and we're possibly wrecking.
Get ready, going green.
But
The pace car is
we're
on.
not
Get
giving
ready.
up spots. Not with 9 to go.
Green, green, green.
Getting good starts.
0.17.
8's
Outside.
not getting good starts. We're like 3 wide and they're wrecking and we're in 5th. Was kind to me again. Let's see if we can pull away from him.
19.54.
We can, but then we miss the corner when we do.
Car inside. Still there at the bottom.
Alright, let's just go green to the end so we don't have to restart on the high side. .658. That spread the field out a ton because everyone checked up, so I don't know how it wasn't a caution. The car's really loose right now. 19.37. We just need to be smart. And not do that and nearly spin out, and do that and nearly spin out.
19.4.
Yeah, you're not going to dive it in from that far back and get us to move over, but if you actually get the run on us, we'll let you by. Come on, no caution. Shit, we might end up being the caution. This thing all of a sudden wants to spin.
19.431.
Gabe going for the win. Go get it. He was cheering us on last week. We'll cheer him on. He's got the nose, 2 to go.
19.6.
Will they wad it up after the white flag? That would get us a top 5. Hopefully he just wins it. He's working it. Get it done, Cabe.
White flag, white flag.
I have to go get me 2 spotters.
19.519.
Oh god, I thought they were 3 wide there. Don't wreck us on the white flag. Did he get it? Yes, he got it. That's fucking awesome. And we get a 6.
Alright, there's the checkered flag. Nice run, solid work.
That is awesome. Just make sure that he did get it. Good job to him. He was cheering us on. His cheering on didn't do as good as my cheering on, though, obviously, because we didn't win the race. But he won the race all because we were cheering him on there. I gotta take credit somehow. I was terrible. Jerry could have ran us over there. I think he was just going for a good finish. Nearly get a top 5. I will take a 6th. But, and now it looks like a lot of people are running into each other or celebrating that the race is over. I don't know what, but great job. Good to see a viewer get a win in this. Everyone complaining about incidents. And we had 4. And Busa had 4. The 3 car had 4. Quite a few people, but man, the rest of the field, they were having some issues. Some people were getting DQ'd. 19 cars finish. Oh, man. Let's, I guess, start this long journey of wrecks. Unless it will probably break with it going 2 hours back here. That is awesome, though. I'm glad he got the win. That is really cool to see. And here we go. Let the pain begin all over again. What the hell was that? Oh, he downshifted. I think he was in third and downshifted to second. And then... yeah, you know what? That was all the 4 on his own. There was a little bump in the center. Maybe that caused it, but there's definitely no touching there until he's around. Then 3 wide, and the 37 just comes on up, and this is where they didn't have a caution, and then the 17 just chucks on the brakes for no reason to get a caution. Oh no, he downshifted, and yeah, okay. I was gonna say, what the hell? And the 4 car wrecks, hitting the brakes for the wreck. Then we got the 7 who is going to hit the wall. 18 gets loose, hits the 10. Ryan is going to get hit here. .21 downshifts. Yeah, keeping it in third was the smart way to do it, because I would have screwed up some shifts. That was a close one. 22 is... well, 35 is about to be sent. No? Yes? Okay, he didn't need to turn in there. It was a clear, the nose was on the inside, and then Gary gets into that. That guy's high centered. 24 has been in like 5 wrecks now. I mean, I'm not saying they're all his fault, but he's definitely been featured in a lot of these wrecks. 27 gets loose, and then the 6 does that, and that is what the big wreck was. Aw, shucks. Then 34 guns it up on the inside and somehow doesn't spin, but it just goes. 17 gets into the back of a car, hits the brakes, loses it, and then we get a caution. And then the 17 is going slow around the top, hits the wall. 33 is going to get spun. The 9 comes into that as he's getting spun. And they just kept on piling in there. Where the hell were we at this point? Was this after our speeding penalty? No, somehow we were ahead of that. I don't even remember that one. Was it close to us at all? Not really. Maybe I saw it, but I don't remember it all. I think I would have seen a big mess like that behind me. Oh, did it? Alright, I thought it broke. Bring one into the wall, and, well, 21 just gets dumped by the 35. And I don't know what he was doing. Looked 3 wide and then lost it. And then that spins Cabe. So the top, oh wow, massive hit to the rear axle. How did he get away with winning that? There's how you win these. Just take a big old hit to the left rear, and all of a sudden you can come back from anything. And I'm sitting here saying that he wasn't going to be able to get a top 5, and he goes and wins the race. So much for my predictions. Although I did get the one correct with the 2 teammates, so if you predict enough, you get enough right, and that's all people remember. Sort of long run ends with self-spin. 35's about to lose it. You can see that through the whole corner. 25. Oh, this is when is that how you spell it? I think it's EA. Oops. Yeah, so all right. And then this is where that looked really weird. How early was that? Wow, okay. We actually checked up in time. I mean, we were still going to hit it, but that was massive. That was a very massive. Yeah, he's got a channel. Go check it out, too. I don't think I've watched any of his videos. But, yeah, definitely go check out his videos if you're still here. Then, 27 spinning on his own after wrecking us. And then, just didn't really have anything that happened after that. Noah by himself. Oh my god, again? I thought we were done seeing his wrecking, but he got another one there. How? This damage model. I mean, I guess we're at a short track, but wow. Noah. I mean, that essentially is Noah's fault. Not Cave's, but then we get to the 13, having tons of issues. 3-car getting loose off the corner. 7 in the wall. 9's making some room. And yeah. That was where the hell were we on that? I think I remember it. Shit, probably not. We're miles back. Oh, this is when the 34 was letting us go, and then the yellow. And yeah, there was a massive. Okay. And we're running into each other on pit road. Oh, there we go. Now we can find out what happened to the 22. He got that wobble. And then they just start wadding him up at the back. Oh, wow. That's pretty poor. 33's pitting, probably from a black flag. So that guy self-spinning. Then the 28 gets into the 23. That spreads things out more. then the 26 is going to lose it underneath the inside wall, but that's not a caution. Here, it's 3 wide, and oops, I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden, I guess it just went back to my car. So they're 3 wide. Yeah, that's never going to work. So we've got 19th place, 20th, and 18th. So they're racing for 18th place, 3 wide back here, which may cool. Choose how you want to race, but did not work out. Well, one of them got DQ'd, 13 got wrecked, and the 9 self-spins. People need to stop downshifting and trying to get going on this. So here is where the prediction happened that the 16 was just going to let the 31 in. He's already leaving a gap. He gets a bad start. He's got to be trying to leave a gap. Maybe not, but then he's got to check up. He gets ran into. That causes a bit of a mess behind. We've got him cleared easy. He goes to block off the 3, and then he loses it on corner entry like we did. And, yeah, might have been because I braked too early there, but he had a ton of room. And paid a wreck. Self-spinning on a restart. And this, we got so lucky here. So lucky to be on the inside. We got a good start. The 8 gets a bad start again. 31 gets into him, and we just clear it. But then they keep going. And we don't have to restart again. And that is it. And the only thing that we need to see here is K51. It's just a KO5. Awesome. Awesome job. Let's go take a look at the results. And 67 iRating, 499, because we only had 4 incidents, and 221 points, so we're actually going to gain 200 points, but there's no possible way we're going to earn 350 points next week, so no front page for us, but we'll get close, and yeah, just leave it at that, and watch him burn it down. He probably kept going for about an hour here. Is he gonna Polish it? Nope, just going back. He's gonna do wall burnouts now. Well worth it. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Go watch his race. I will try to get the link to his channel and put it in the pinned comments. But, yeah, great job to Gabe, and we come away with a fairly clean 6th place. So, thanks for watching.